What a performance by Manchester United Football Club up against the French champions, the Champions League finalists, Neymar, Angel Di Maria, and the absolute brilliance of Kylian Mbappe, one of the best players in the world. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer tonight silenced more doubters, more haters, more liars, to be in fact. Started off with 5 at the back, 3 midfield and 2 up front. He dropped Van der Beek and Pogba to the bench, Scott McTominay and Fred to have that tenacity in the midfield, and he was ridiculed, he was attacked, he was ripped to shreds on social media. I said in my preview he'll do that, and on the 65th minute, he would introduce Paul Pogba to the fray. Paul Pogba came on and changed things. What a performance in Paris from the French wonder kid, the superstar that is Paul Pogba. Overall, Man United were fantastic. Fred, man of the match, in my opinion. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, an amazing performance, silencing Kylian Mbappe for the majority of the night. McTominay, outstanding. Bruno, excellent. Rashford and Martial, wasteful at times, but in the end, they came good. And Rashford with the clinical, clutch finish to silence the haters. What a start to the season he has had as an individual. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, before I go to Solskjaer, Axel Tuanzebe. Axel Tuanzebe. Absolute don of a performance. One of the very best performances I've seen from a player in a Man United shirt, defender in a Man United shirt for 10, 20 years. And what made tonight so much more miraculous, is the fact he's been out for 12 months injured, and he silenced Neymar, and he silenced Mbappe, and it's easy to silence Moist Keane when he came on. But the star tonight is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Many people, including myself, have doubted him. People have said he has no tactics, he has no style of play, he doesn't know how to change games, he doesn't know how to study the game. The elites always get the better of him. Tonight wasn't just smash and grab by Manchester United Football Club. Tonight was tactical astuteness, patterns of play, game plans, in-game management delivered to the highest possible standards. This is the first defeat in France in the group stages of the Champions League for 16 years for Paris Saint-Germain. No team. Go back and look at who they played in the group stages in the last 16 years. No team has got close to them at all in the group stages, and Man United thoroughly outmaneuvered them, outthought them, outfought them, and beat them. And if it wasn't for a really poor own goal from Anthony Martial and a lack of clinical edge earlier on in the game from Marcus Rashford, it could have been an absolute beatdown tonight. This is not a team. This is not the Man United I recognised from 3 weeks ago when we were beat 6-1 by Spurs, where Brighton and Crystal Palace absolutely ripped us. You do not have to think for one single minute at all, do you have to think that Ole is good enough to make us win the Champions League or win the Premier League. But to ever again deny the fact that he knows something about football, he does have tactics, that we do have style of play, that he can make substitutions. Tonight is the blueprint. Tonight is the example that we will forever throw in the faces of the Ole out to Bob mob that never want to say a good word about him. Excellent individual performances, but tonight the team was majestic. They are behind their manager. And you know what? I implore every single Manchester United fan in the world, if you truly love your club, get behind Manchester United, because tonight you see what unity can do. It was absolutely off the chart amazing. It truly was. Do me a big favor before we go any further. Smash the living daylights out of that like button. Hit the share button as well. Subscribe to the Football Terrace, because here we go.
Come on! Come on!
You all called me a mad. You all called me mad. You all called me delusional. Vibes FC, Twanzebe, freaking Rashford, fam. I told you about the judge The
Listen.
Ollie Judge.
There ain't no judge.
effect.
Listen, there ain't
No.
That
The
is-
Knicks.
that is
The Knicks. I'm not taking anything away from the tactics. I told the
No,
people.
I hate you.
I told the people about all of this foolishness, but no one wanted to believe me. People, Vibes FC. I told you it's happening.
Right. Before we chat tactics, what happened?
Let's go.
How are you
Let's
feeling?
go.
How are you feeling now?
Oh, I'm buzzing. I am absolutely buzzing. I'm there. Listen, I don't think I sat down other than halftime. From the moment we got that penalty in the first half, I was up pacing around my room. Listen, I couldn't contain myself. We should have never won that game. As the bookmakers say, the bookmakers, the social media, the mainstream media, nobody gave us a bloody chance. And we deserved to win. We actually deserved. If we left that game without those 3 points, it would have been injustice to our own performance. What? Listen,
honestly,
put some damn respect on my manager. Put some damn respect on my players.
Right.
I don't care how much they cost. I don't care where they come from. Put some damn respect on this team.
You know what I'd say about that? I want to echo that, mate, because I don't even want to get into how far Ollie can take us. That's irrelevant to me right now. What I'm going to say is this. The talk of not having tactics, no system, no style is dumb. Paul Pogba can't turn up in big games. Dumb. What I loved about Paul Pogba's performance tonight, which was so satisfying, was that it was from the bench and he came on and played well.
Yeah.
Again, debunking the myths that he's this virus that isn't a team player. Because tonight he wasn't dropped for being a bad player. It was the tactics. It was
Man came on. And he wasn't sulking. He came on and did a job. And he did a job.
The game. Cam, give me your emotions right now, Cam.
Yo, buzzing, wild. Like I was like, yo, I'm middle of the day for me. My girl's working in the other room, and I'm screaming, losing my mind. I've been standing, pacing, going, doing push-ups, just all fired up. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. The thing for me that really hit home was when Tuchel went defensive. Tuchel made changes to go defensive. He tried to save the point. He knew he was under pressure. That to me was when it was like, this is our game to take. Because this man is making changes that aren't positive. He's not trying to, maybe he didn't have it on the bench, whatever, but those changes were negative changes to hold on to a point where we went in and we attacked. Bring on Pogba, go, get him. Put in the switch of the formation into a diamond to get possession back. Oh,
yeah. And do you know what's crazy is what I love as well is we can see that own goal. I mean, it was criminal by Martial, by the way. You forgive that now because we've got the points. But then we went again and we went straight up the other end and we're going at them. And I did think, of course, nothing's perfect. Nothing's 10 out of 10 because Rashford was wasteful at times. I actually thought Martial had a pretty poor game overall as an example.
Bruno was wasteful at times as well.
Bruno was wasteful at times as well. Absolutely. They all were at times. But then creative players are. But there's so many things tonight. Ollie, we've already done that and we'll wax lyrical. We'll get calls from other people. Rashford getting the winner. It just silenced the amount of hate he gets. And I saw United fans, and I called a few out, that were like, Rashford did miss 2 chances. But yet these guys didn't tweet about anything bad anybody else did. They just like to focus on him. Him getting the winner is amazing. There's a couple of players I want to speak of. There's one player I want to start off by talking about, though. And I want some opinions on this. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, of course, last night, all this about him. And then he goes out there tonight and shuts down a player
pocketed. Say it, pocketed.
And by the way, and the reason I want to bring him up is the amount of Man United fans after a couple of bad games at the start of this, a couple of bad games to the start of the season, right? Straight away, we've got to start questioning his ability. Is he made for this level? I'm scared to see him in the Champions League. Tonight, Aaron Wan-Bissaka arrived as an elite level football player and said to the world, yo, I don't want to play. If you don't want me, England, don't have me. I'll go and play for the motherland, Congo. That's where I'm going to go. That's what I'm going to go and do. And he just delivered tonight. And I think not a lot of people maybe around the world knew who he was because Champions League raises your profile. Tonight, everyone's going to know Aaron Wan-Bissaka is. He's not Aaron Wan-Bissaka anymore. He's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's his name. Say it with pride, Aaron. Absolute on baller. KJ, though, I want to. What stood out to you tonight? What made Man United so good this evening?
We were so compact. We dominated the midfield. Their midfield players didn't have a sniff to be creative. I absolutely loved that. Fred and McTominay put an absolute shift in today,
Brilliant.
absolute shift.
Brilliant.
They were so amazing in that midfield that you can't question their performance today. Even when you know what? Yeah, Scott McTominay, I get onto him because man's rash. Yeah, man does ridiculous things. Passion, but he's ridiculous with it sometimes. That yellow card, I thought, Lord, he's gonna get himself sent off. But after that yellow card, immaculate performance. No mistakes. Absolutely perfect. Fred. Yo, people have been hating on Pastor Frederick, fam. He out there giving sermons to the people, bruv. It ain't even Sunday, and he's up in there doing up church. You know what I'm saying? Stop it. Leave Pastor Frederick alone.
The performance from Fred tonight was just so. And do you know the 3 or 4 times he was going in for tackles in and around the box, and I'm thinking, penalty. And he made the tackles. He delivered. He was just absolutely sublime. I said it in the Newcastle game. Him and Scott in that game and tonight. They look back to, that run we went on, like through January, February, March, that's how good they were. And this is why having squad depth is so important, because when they're playing well, you can bring, we had Paul Pogba off the bench tonight, people.
Different.
Someone was saying, Cam, sorry, about 88 minutes in, I was like, and I think when Pogba won the corner, it might have been even 90 minutes. And I said, we brought Paul Pogba off the bench. That is my football club. We brought Paul Pogba off the bench. That's how it's supposed to be.
It's a completely different look when we have them playing that way, because they didn't give anybody any space to breathe. Like, you could just see the frustration coming into Neymar and Mbappe by the end of the game. Like, these guys were being pocketed. And correct me if I'm wrong, did Aaron Wan-Bissaka, it almost was like he was man marking Mbappe. Like there was not a moment where
No. It weren't man marking. It was a passover, fam. Because Aaron Wan-Bissaka would have him, and he'd be like, yo, fam, Axel, you're taking for me for 2 seconds. And then boom, Axel would just destroy him twice, bro. It was a beautiful performance. I told you about Vibes FC, man. I told you about Vibes FC.
It was so good. And look, I know the Vibes FC thing, it's true. And I'm living on the vibes as well, in the sense of I'm not getting carried away. Chelsea is going to be a different kettle of fish on Sunday. 100%. We're going to be previewing that on Thursday night, and we'll go for it. But tonight is about celebrating a masterclass performance. It really is. It was just, we are going to chat Chelsea a little bit later on, people, but do me a favor, everyone who's tuning in, nearly 3,000 people watching, smash the like button right about now if you appreciate that performance. There's another player I want to chat about, Alex Telles and them crosses, boys.
I love
beautiful.
I loved it. Set piece, dead ball, open play. Like, it's the intent. It's the intent, first and foremost, to actually make that forward pass, that forward cross. And then it's the technique, the way he's whipping his leg around to get the curl on it. Like I said, when we bought Cavani, I said Cavani's gonna love Telles, because those balls out wide, he's gonna get his head on it. Now, obviously, Cavani wasn't there today, but we just got a little 65 minutes, 70 minutes of what Telles can do on his debut for Manchester United. No, brilliant.
Yeah.
Yo, Alex Telles needs to open up a ice cream van truck, fam. Mr. Whippy Blove. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
He was excellent. And look, I saw I saw tweets on why they're bringing him off and leaving Shaw on. But
every decision is questioned.
Every decision. Fans aren't managers.
And it was absolutely sublime from him. And I want to chat, Mark. We are going to open up the lines. We're going to talk Chelsea. We're going to throw the link out for you guys to call in very soon. We want to go past 1,000 likes. We're not opening the phone lines until we go past 1,000 likes, people. So smash them. I want to get people's opinions. But Rashford so far this season, 7 goal contributions in 9 games for him. And you think about how good his goal was against Brighton, how good his performance was against Newcastle at the weekend, the goal tonight. Have we come to a point now? He's 22. He's about to turn 23 years of age. Have we just got to a point now where everyone's just got to accept that he is one of the best attacking players in world football?
I don't want to hear his name alongside Pulisic or any of these guys anymore until I see the outputs. Rashford is, I'm sorry, you see me on Twitter about it. Rashford, to me, is one of the top 5 left wingers in the world, period. Now he's stamping it. He's stamping it. The man he's electric with his. I love the fact that he can just play across that front line. He was on the right a bunch today too. He was just drifting back and forth. It was obviously, this was part of the plan for Ollie, but once he fixes that one part of his game, which is being wasteful and making that one decision, he always it seems to still be the one thing, he's going to be unstoppable.
When he has time, Sorry, Cam. When he has time, his decision making goes a bit frazzled because he's trying to pick between two. But when he doesn't think, when that goal, he didn't think. He just did use his instincts to go forward and shoot. When we see that more at Marcus Rashford, I'm telling you, he will get more of his prop. That MBE, I've said it on Midnight Vibes. That MBE has gave him powers, fam. I'm telling you, bro.
It's Sir Marcus Rashford. Man, he's literally, he's just an absolute super.
Marcus Rashford, MBE, MVP. What a player, man.
Absolutely brilliant. And Rashford owns Paris now, bro. He has gone there. I know the last time England invaded and conquered France, we've done it about 1,000 times. But Rashford owns Paris now. And listen, Mbappe's an amazing star. There's no doubt about it. But you know what? Whenever you used to get like Messi, Ronaldo in the games that were head-to-head for years, you heard people say Messi's better than Ronaldo because Messi's team nearly always win the El Clasicos. Remember when for that time period? I wonder what those people are saying now, because the two times that Rashford and Mbappe have come up against each other, Mbappe's been almost invisible in those games, really. Even though he's contributed, he's faded away. Rashford stepped up, and that's what I loved about him today. But we're going to add some Chelsea fans to this now, because Chelsea actually didn't beat Sevilla today. And by the way, let me throw one other thing out there, and I'm going to say this with some chest here. When we went live on the watch-along, I went through the Daily Mail, the BBC, and ESPN. They're the only three I could find that had done multiple pundits giving their predictions for the Champions League season ahead. All but one of the journalists, and there was about 27 in total, every single one of them said United are going out in the group stages. When we did the draw on this channel for the group stages, everybody said we are going out in the group stages. Now, there's a long, long way to go yet, but the first game's the toughest game away at Paris Saint-Germain, and we didn't just win. This wasn't like when we beat Juve, a bit of a smash and grab, like the last minute, like scrappy goal. We bossed. By the way, the runners-up for the Champions League last year was massive. We're going to get the Chelsea fans on now. We've got Jem with us. We've got Ches with us here. Boys, what happened? We'll go to Ches first, because obviously I was on with Jem earlier. Ches, what happened to Chelsea tonight? I heard you really didn't get going.
No, we didn't. Like, there was no impetus in our play. It was like sluggish at times. Sevilla are a good team, so I don't want to overlook it too much. We kept a clean sheet. Like I put in the group chat and our group chat, I said Mendy and Silva started, and we kept a clean sheet again. It's no coincidence. But the attacking play today is ironic, because before it was defensively. Now our attacking wasn't great today. And there wasn't a lot of pressure in there, and I think we need to improve for Man United, because if we play like that against Man United, it could get long. It could get long.
I mean, do you think this is just a case, Ches, of Chelsea just needing, like everyone's been telling you all, you just need time to gel? Does that make sense? It isn't even about bad tactics.
Yeah, I think that to be fair, like you say that, but our players, like the players who have joined, have all had good starts and all like they played quite well together. It's just I think it's in midfield. I caught his name when Kovacic came on. He brought the ball and dragged the ball right into Havertz's feet. I don't think Jorginho does that. He looks for more of a top ball. He doesn't really like link the play that well with the attacking players. So that's why I think. Yeah, you're right. They need to show a bit more, but I don't think it was just that. I think it's the midfield. I don't think Kante's had good games recently, and I don't think Jorginho and Kante are a good pairing. I think it's too static. That's what I think.
No,
maybe Jem will agree with me. Maybe he won't, but that's what I think.
No, I do hear you on that. Jem, how about yourself, bro? Obviously, you were watching the game. We're on the watch along together. You didn't really have very sort of animated moments. It wasn't really much going on.
It was, I think, barring when we came out to the second half, up to the 60th minute, where we sort of dominated the game and we had, some sort of chances. It was very, very low, very mediocre. Am I going to look into it too much? No. At the end of the day, I do think, like, we have to bear in mind, right? Ziyech, Havertz, Werner, and Pulisic all ain't played with each other. Two of them players this is like their second game in. We need to calm down. People need to calm down a bit and not overthink and go, it's Lampard's tactics, Lampard this, because we end up falling into the mould of what Man United were doing with Ole. Do you know what I mean? We need to just calm down a little bit and give him a little bit more time. And I can see people already moaning about Mason Mount starting on left. Yes, he didn't have a good game, but I still kind of get it, why he played today and why Ziyech didn't, because Ziyech, he's not match fit. So at the end of the day, we didn't lose. We kept a clean sheet. Mendy played well. Thiago Silva improved us. Just accept it as a draw and move on.
Also, can we talk about how Sevilla are a good team? Like,
exactly.
and when you guys got through Sevilla, I saw so many Champions fans being like, easy. They beat you, Man
Nah.
United. Man United are crap, and
Whoever
Sevilla
says
beat.
that,
No,
Sevilla
Sevilla are a good
side.
footballing
Yeah, I said
team.
before, they beat Man United in the semi-final. They won the Europa League again. They're a good team. They came fourth in their league.
They're very well organised.
Fourth. So like,
They're very, very well
They
organised.
took Bayern Munich to extra time in the Super Cup.
Yeah, I know. They're not bad outfit.
exactly. So people are like, oh, we should beat them easily. That wasn't the case. I think they're being like overestimated.
That's your difficult game.
And it wasn't even that,
Yeah.
the reason that happens is because Man United got beat by them. And this is look, we all love a little bit of overreaction. We all love a little bit of clickbait. We all love a little bit of banter. The problem, and I've been talking about this for too long now in football, and the mainstream media are the ones that are accountable for this. There just isn't any proper punditry out there. Like the British press don't know enough about these European teams. There's no doubt about it. They just simply don't. And it's always like, oh, they're trash. You're going to beat them easily. United got beat by a bunch of farmers. And then when you go up against them, your fans, for whatever reason, are like, oh, this will be easy because everyone said that when Man United got beat, they got beat by farmers. And then you go out there. By the way, someone needs to tweet tonight and copy in Mbappe and just say Farmers League with a laughing emoji.
Stop it, bro.
There we go. No, just thoroughly impressed with Man United tonight.
Listen, I backed you guys at the beginning. I was the one that said I think Man United.
You said 2-1.
And I said 1-0, but at the end of the day, Martial didn't do that stupid header. I think he's probably would have still won that. But I did back you.
No, that would listen. That header, let's not get it twisted. That header was the most beautiful headed finish I've ever seen Martial do in my life. It was so good. I was just like, Anthony, that's just the wrong net, bro. What are you doing? It was mint.
What people got with headers against their own goal? What are they doing?
It's good to see.
Honestly,
that.
I haven't seen it. Was it like, did it come through and go that way?
It was like he was aiming for.
It looked like he was literally. If that was in the opposition's box and it was a goal for us, you would be all saying it's amazing. You would all be saying it's amazing.
I have to say I was very impressed with Aaron Wan-Bissaka though. The fact that he clearly wasn't too distracted today. Like it's just. Those tackles he was putting in, most of those are hazardous tackles. Like a lot of them, they're in the box or right on the edge, legs. But for him, it's automatic now. Now you just like you go. Even the refs aren't even looking. Like they're waiting for VAR to tell them. They're saying clean. They're not even none of the calls that went to VAR were called on the pitch by the ref. The ref let it each time. He saw it was a good tackle. The guy, him and Axel were clean today. And I think I don't want to bring any negativity, but I think if Maguire and Lindelof started this game, we probably would have lost because those 2 or 3 breaks that Mbappe had, where he was caught up on, like the pairing of Maguire. I'm not saying either of them are bad because Lindelof had a great game today. I think he played well too, a lot of clearances. But if you have those two beside each other and one of those breaks happen, it's a wrap. Like
no, Aaron. No, don't move your hands, Aaron. What happened to the Champions League? United.
Let me explain myself. What we say? Go on, Aaron.
Let him have it.
Listen.
Everyone quiet. Go on, Aaron.
All right, cool. You guys know, when I get it wrong, I hold my hands up in it. I hold my hands up. I was worried. I admit it. But what a fucking performance, man.
Yes, go on, lad.
Yo, I can't even lie, Before the game, when I saw the lineup, I said, this can go either way, like, regarding the lineup. And I said, this can go either way. If the game goes our way, then obviously everyone's going to turn around and say, the lineup was brilliant. The choice of personnel was brilliant. But if it goes wrong, then everyone's going to turn around and say the choice of personnel was wrong. The lineup was wrong. The tactics were wrong. I was happy with playing a 3-5-2, but there were a few concerns in terms of personnel. I was like, is it really a good idea to bench Pogba and Van der Beek? Because in my opinion, you can bench Pogba or you can bench Donny. But to me, I think I was a bit concerned with benching both. That's what I said before the game. But listen, in all honesty, I don't even think we had to get out second gear. Like, we could have won this game, even though PSG were controlling the game at some point where they were pressing us and they were pushing for that equalizer, which they got in the end. Even after that, like, I didn't really feel like the game was done. Like, I still felt like something could happen. And credit to the boys, man. And I know everyone's going to talk about Rashford and all these things, but I want to talk about our fucking back line. My God. Twanzebe looked like he looked like he'd been playing there for flipping 4 or 5 years in that back line, man. He just looked so comfortable. Do you know what I'm saying? I was watching the game with my boys downstairs and they were saying, like, Axel Tuanzebe is going to tell his grandkids that he literally bullied Mbappe. Like he kept up with the pace. Obviously, strength-wise, he was stronger than Mbappe. Like,
It was
Tuanzebe
phenomenal.
today, was just outstanding.
And what was so phenomenal about that, Aaron, is that it's the first time he's kicked the ball in a bloody year.
Yeah,
bro,
he came in and did that. And we've all been talking about it on here for months. So what this Man United back line was missing is a good defender who has some speed, because that tackle on Mbappe in the first half, it doesn't matter how good or bad you think Lindelof and Maguire are. If Mbappe's past one of those two, he's gone. And that's why you need it. And we were so good at playing with the three at the back. We had wing backs that were doing good jobs. It was just amazing.
Well,
and
let me just
hold on. Before I let you know, I just want to finish what I have to say about our back line. Guys, we finally have someone who could cross the damn ball. Oh my God. See them crosses that Alex Telles put in, yeah? When he put those crosses in, nobody was there. In my head, I was just like, Cavani. Imagine Cavani there with his big head, yeah, just blasting these balls in. Literally, bro. Obviously, I don't know what's going on with Luke Shaw. He kind of looked like he picked up a knock or something.
Well, he played on, didn't he? He played on. So I'm hopefully.
He soldiered it, you know.
Personally, I hope that he's not going to play on. I hope he's not going to play on Saturday, and we're going to play Telles.
Well, it depends because we might go back three again. If we go back three again, then he will play at the left.
Yeah, but I just want to focus on Telles, bro. Have you seen the quality of his corners, fam?
Man.
Oh my God!
I'm telling you.
Listen, every corner, Aaron, every corner we should have scored from. We should have scored from.
I'm telling you, fam.
When's the last time we've been this excited about corners, fam? When?
Listen, I told you. Samba Sunday, fam. Mr. Whippy 99, bro. Let's go.
Mr. Whippy 90. Bro, the curve on that ball, and I know we're trying to... People are going to say we're overreacting.
No, we're not. We're not overreacting.
The curve on the balls that he puts in.
No, you got to get some Alex Telles shirt.
David Beckham.
No, what you got to do is get an Alex Telles shirt, baby. Just like his body position crosses it, and just the words underneath. Do you want to flake with that? That's what you got to do. Flake with that. That's what you got to do.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
On that United show, what did I say? I said, and Pogba and Van der Beek on the bench, bring them off late. But I said Fred and Matic. It was Fred and McTominay. When Pogba comes off the bench, as an opposition, I think someone mentioned earlier that Tuchel started bringing on defensive players at one point.
Yeah, I do.
As an opposition, when you see Pogba, 6 foot tall, dark skin, imposing. Them man are shook. They're like, what, Pogba? We're not winning. And now they're bringing on £90 million of pure goodness, pure class.
Trust me.
That in itself,
Man said 90 million of pure goodness, you know.
True, man. True.
So I'm like, listen, let the workmen do their job for the first 60, 70 minutes, and then you bring on the little cherry on the top and add a bit of something. And when Pogba came on, he added that something.
Games like tonight, it was. I know, like whenever if Ollie mentions it, that the people that dislike him, I do think are pricks. To be honest with you, they are prick people. But like tonight was Fergie-esque in the sense of how many times the older generation will get this. Do we go away to tough teams in the Champions League, and you're like, why Scholes on the bench, or why Giggs on the bench, or why's Rooney been put at left, or whatever? Why we got Fletcher and Park in the middle? You'd think that at the team lineup, and you'd walk away with a 1-0 win against a team that are brilliant at the time, and you're like, that's why. And Ollie just was sensational in every single decision, the timings of the subs. And listen, I don't do this very often. Go back and watch my preview, and I said I didn't know Maguire and Cavani weren't going, so my lineup was a little different. I wanted Cavani and Van der Beek in the lineup, but for up front, I wanted Rashford out on the wide, only because I wanted Cavani to get game time. Anyway, that's even here nor there. The Scott McTominay and Fred thing, I said we needed tenacity. We needed ball winners in there that were going to make it really, really hard for Paris. And then 65, 70 minutes when they're tired, you bring on Pogba, you bring on Van der Beek. And it's like I think Ollie was watching the Football Terrace, boys, because like he's listening.
But you know what, Terry?
Boom.
Can I just say as well, Terry? Even though we played very well and we got the win in the end, I've got to say, man, I was very disappointed with Tuchel's tactics, man. It not even literally looked like it was literally give the ball to Neymar and he will make something happen. Like it was so poor,
Yeah,
man.
Aaron.
Honestly, I expected more from this PSG
Yo,
team. Even though
do you know what that was?
Even though I knew they were depleted in terms of personnel and a lot of injuries and stuff, but still, you still have some quality players in there, man.
We did that.
Aaron, do you know why it was? Because the Ollie Judge got to his head, he was all frazzled, and he had no idea what to do, bro. That's why.
You called it Judge. You keep calling it luck,
KJ,
bro. Taking the show away. Take it going. No, joking.
But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if this was Mbappe's last season. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Oh yeah,
we know that.
Guys,
we know that.
Chats, I've got to do here. You've got getting a bit of feedback from me. If you've got some earphones, that'd be great. Super chat here says Tuanzebe, Fred, AWB intercepted everything. Fred and McTominay are crucial for the big games, in my opinions. They are. And listen,
Big up McTominay as well, man.
I like Lindelof played very, very well tonight. But let me just say, Tuanzebe next to Maguire, that's the partnership.
Yes.
That's the partnership.
Yes.
That's again in big games like today. When we were away at City, away at Liverpool, let's play this formation. This is cool, but those games, so it's got to be done. Super chat from Man Like Zane says, "Wait till you face Arsenal the real test."
Yeah, no worries. We're ready.
Listen, man, I would say it's.
Is Oba gonna be on a goal yet? Like more than one?
And I'm not going to speak for all the United fans on here, but what I will say is tonight's about celebrating tonight's result, tonight's game.
That's it.
United were written off. We were disrespected. And look, I have to say, I've watched a few people's reactions to the Rashford goal. They're United fans, and they weren't very happy. That to me tells you all you need to know. Like the Holly out to Bob Mob, them being disappointed with us winning makes me a very happy. Honestly, it's better than me having a wank before I go to bed. I love it. Absolutely.
Right.
It really
I'll take away your channel, fam.
Flawless, what you
Flip me, fam.
Indiana with it. Indiana.
saying?
Oh, Indiana, I'm getting a bit of feedback from your end as well there, mate.
Flawless,
what do you make of the performance tonight?
Yo, I'm just enjoying everyone being buoyant like we are. Like everyone's buoyant. I'm so happy about the performance and the result because we deserved it. It's not like we went there and it was a smash and grab. Like we thoroughly deserved to win. And I'm really happy about that. I was happy about the lineup. I was happy when Ollie made the changes. I thought everybody was good. I thought Axel, we've already spoke about, was incredible. Lindelof, who gets a lot of flack, was good. Even Shaw was good. I seen Shaw carrying the ball forward. I was like, where's this Luke Shaw been? Wan-Bissaka was immense. That was like Wan-Bissaka when we signed him. Tellez was good. Fred and McTominay, you have already spoken on. We were a constant threat. Like I said, even before we scored the second goal, Rashford had a couple of opportunities that he should have done better with. So yeah, very, very, very pleased. Salute to Ollie. He got it right. Salute to him.
Can I ask you guys all a question while you're in here? Why are you guys so surprised with this performance when he's been doing this? He's been doing this in the big games last season. He done it against us 3 times. He had all the possession, and he done us.
You know why? Because you never know why.
Consistent.
Yes, because we aren't consistent, so you never know what you're gonna get. You never know. All I said is that
we are consistent in the big games, but because we're not consistent across like a season, you just don't. You're just hoping that on this day we're gonna turn up. And I said it. I said it on the United show. I said, am I worried about this month? No, I'm not worried because I have no idea what's gonna happen. We could win all the games, or we could lose all the games. So there's no point worrying because we could actually do anything if we decide. It's really how we decide to go out there and perform. Really.
Can I just say as well, a player that we haven't mentioned that needs mentioning tonight as well? David.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? It's another message to the. I don't know what to call them about being disrespectful, but the people that don't know football that are like, you can't have competition for positions because you might ruin someone. De Gea has gone back to so far this season.
The player of the season for him.
Why? Because he's got someone who's breathing down his neck. Romero's great, but Romero didn't care if he played or not. Henderson, if Henderson ain't the first team goalie in 18 months, he's leaving. He's going to look to go because he's got those ambitions, and it's made us better. And look, I don't know if our signings were Ollie signings or not. The jury's out on that. But the dressing room, you can love or hate Ollie. That dressing room is not lost.
Sorry.
They're working for him, no doubt. Tellus looks good. I am now so excited to see Cavani play.
But Terry, even Luke Shaw before the season started spoke about how the players wanted We need signings
Competition.
to give us a boost, etc., etc. He wants signings. He's got someone who's signed now, who's probably going to take his place, and his performances has improved.
Yes.
And the same thing happened last year when Brandon Williams started playing and he was playing well. Luke Shaw came back and was like, "Nah, this is my position," and that's what we need across the pitch. So when we bring in a what's it called, a Bruno and a Van der Beek, for example, Pogba after lockdown, for example, was putting in some stellar performances. You don't think it's because Bruno's there now he's taking the limelight. These men should be competing against each other to be the best player at Man United. And that can only be good for the club.
Neeks, do you know why Mendy's kept 2 clean sheets so far? Because he's got Peter Cech breathing down his back.
Mate, that's one of the weirdest decisions I've ever seen in my life. That man's actually coming back out. It's
madness.
I can't actually understand it. I can't actually believe it. I don't really know what's going on in relation to him coming out, but that's another conversation for another day. Yeah. It really is, but it is a good little bit of banter there. Do us a favor, everyone tuning in, smash the like button. 3,500 people tuning in. Thank you very much to the super chat so far. Get more super chat questions in, please. Thank you as well to JR for becoming a squad member of the channel as well. Really important that people do that for us. Prime, I want to ask you about Chelsea tonight. You looked
deflated.
You look flat, bruv. You were like an ironing board tonight, flat as you like. Timo Morata up front.
Yo, don't disrespect Morata like that. 2 goals today.
Man said Timo Morata, you know. Man said Timo Morata.
In a Chelsea shirt, we're talking here. Do you know what I mean? I don't know who your left back was. You know what I mean? Nicholas Butner, whatever his name is. Like
Alex Butner.
Nah, actually, don't disrespect that. Chilwell actually played well.
No, he's joking, Prime.
But you lost to Farmers.
Today was the team today.
An average team that you might have laughed at for losing.
Average. Yeah, I know. And I've even said that. We were what?
You said that they were average Sevilla when we lost to them.
Yeah, I know. And I even said that today. We were terrible today. we had chances early on in the first half to put the game to bed. We didn't take them. We let Sevilla grow into the game in the mid to late in the first half. Second half was just terrible. You're allowed 5 subs in the Champions League, and the fact that Frank uses 2 of them late on.
200 million.
United were brilliant.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
No, terrible.
Yeah, it's on it. We heard the rumors that Poch is waiting in the wings. We thought he was coming. Oh, mate, Fat Frank by the end. Imagine he goes after these 5 games. When you get butted up by United on Saturday, bruv, honestly.
Steady on, Harry.
Relax.
Can I hear that?
Retreat.
To be fair, I do actually expect you guys to beat Chelsea. I expected you guys to catch them on PSG. No. Don't say no. You will beat Chelsea. Even if we had won today, I would still be saying you beat Chelsea.
You've got Ziyech, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, Jorginho.
This is what because you guys are good in big games, and Frank is going to mess up and do tactical errors.
We use all our energy. We use all our judge today. We've used all our judge for the week. Sorry.
Stop. Stop. This is how good Man United are at the moment. This is how good United are at the moment. My hair's growing back, bro. My hair's gone back. So
Aaron, I need to get Ollie to give me the number to the Norwegian judge, man, because them man are amazing.
I need that as well, bro. I need that.
KJ.
Maybe Ollie is actually.
No, Prime. I'm not taking anything away from Ollie today. I'm saying the judge we had nothing to do with the performance. It's about what happened outside the game, the injuries, bro. The Tuchel being scared, fam.
So
that's what there was injuries and there's I watched the United game, so
no, I say so satisfying about it. When you watch it back, like what's so satisfying about the way we won the game? It was like we silenced Neymar, we silenced Mbappe. The snake had his head chopped off. Like they look like they had the PE teacher in charge of them. Like, and I know their players out and their players missing as well, but so did we. And it's interesting. I mean, the only thing that hasn't been thrown out there yet is we look a lot better defensively without Maguire, and I'm sure someone will find a reason.
It's out there. Someone's doing it.
I did see that tweet. I seen that tweet already. No,
That tweet comes from the Ollie out sort of lot. Don't like him, but you can also argue we could never start Paul Pogba again with that same logic. It should be
Yes.
Which also those tweets are out there as well.
Hey,
So
you know what else?
Solskjaer came out and said, sorry, go on, Flawless.
Nah, I was gonna say, you know what else we've silenced as well and poured water on a little bit. This whole group of death thing. It's a tough group, yeah. But people were going on like we had prime Barcelona and prime Real Madrid. It's not a group of death. To me, a group of death is I look at it and I'm like, I don't even see where we're gonna get to 1 point.
No,
hear me? Like it's a tough group, yes. And I was saying this beforehand. Yeah, go on, Neeks. Go on. I was saying this before.
It's a group of death for PSG.
Guys, I know it's early.
You're not even wrong.
I know it's early, but
wrong.
imagine if PSG actually finished third and got into the Europa League. That would be wild. I don't think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen.
You're saying that's not the biggest. I mean, you're not even wrong. It's not the biggest what if that could happen.
That would be.
I mean, what's crazy about this, people? Just really about all of this. And look, we had a really bad start to the season. There's no doubt. No one can take that away. And I stand by everything that I've said since then. I'm not convinced Ollie's going to win the titles, I like big titles. I've already said that. I'm not convinced these signings were ours or anything along those lines. But where we all do overreact and we all get angry at times. And I think a lot of us on this show, I would say our anger was at the board for the way they were behaving, the way they like. If we'd have signed all these players we signed tonight, but we'd have done it the week after being told we weren't getting Jadon Sancho, the reaction would have been a little bit different. But since Bruno's been at the club, actually since 3 games before Bruno joined, do you know that Ollie's win percentage in games is at 30 plus games, and his win percentage is at nearly 80%.
Really?
And now unbeaten 17 away games from home. Like, it doesn't take away and discount. We were awful at the first 3 games of this season, and that needed to be addressed. But since January, and by the way, we're not far away from January again. Like, I've seen Christmas things for sale in shops, right? So we're near January, right? Ollie's at an 80% win ratio. Why don't enough Man United fans, but you can't fluke an 80% win ratio for over 30 games across all competitions.
That's good.
And when you consider in that same period, Liverpool's win percentage is at 45%.
Yeah.
Like, it is good. Like, it's good. Can't be denied.
We have a very weird fan base that's impatient and very impulsive. If we have a bad result, they're impatient, they're impulsive because we lost a bunch of semis. Let's be honest. Like, instead of people saying, "Hey, we made it to a bunch of semis," everyone's like, "You lost all the semis." You never hear, "Hey, United made it to 3 semifinals in 1 year under Ollie." You never hear that. You always hear United lost. Like, that's the narrative.
Yeah, it's like Flawless was saying there, though. You have this situation where everyone, I went through it on the show live, 27 different journalists all saying the same thing. Manchester United will not get out of this group. Only one of the 27 across 3 different publications gave us a chance of getting out. But then they said we're going out in the last 16 straight away. Now, tonight doesn't mean we're going to the semis or winning this tournament. No one's going to get carried away. But it's so just, we're going to write Man United off. We're going to write Man United off. We're going to write Man United off. And I think that the biggest turning point for us, I want to say it's Bruno. I think what Bruno did by shutting down all these negative stories towards the end of the international break, I think it created a little bit of, it kind of congealed things a little bit. And
you're 100% right, Terry, because before he did that interview, it was completely toxic throughout that international break. And after it, we haven't heard a thing. Even in the lead up to the Newcastle game, all the stories, all the rumors, all the sources disappeared. So you're already thinking, well, a lot of these stories were fake, because if they were real, those sources would just repeat themselves. No, well, I was in the dressing room. I did hear this. I did see that. He shut it down, and it basically we just closed up. We closed up the Manchester United and said, we are Man United. Everything we do, it's us against the world, basically. And, that's one of the reasons why he is captain material. Listen, I'm not saying that Solskjaer must strip the captaincy from Maguire, because he has a loyalty to his players. He's made a decision and he wants that loyalty back. And taking the captaincy from Maguire for reasons outside of Maguire's benefit, because I think it could actually benefit him to take everything that's going on in his life, but to take it off him like some people want, to give it to Bruno because Maguire is not good enough. That's when you lose your dressing room. That's when you lose respect. And Solskjaer is creating something at Man United. And I spoke about it before, results aside, where Man United, they're trusting each other. The players are trusting the manager are trusting the players. And we hope at the end of Solskjaer's tenure, we are in a better position than when he picked us up.
There's a super chat here. That's first. Before we go to that one, actually, I just want to go back to address what a man like Zayn said. Zayn says we'll be hunting zebras when you come to the Emirates. That's why we are the Arsenal. Zayn, bro, come back on a real level, Zayn. I'd love to hear from you tonight around how good, in your opinion, were Manchester United this evening. In your opinion, bro, I want you to tell me, Zayn, how good Manchester United were in your opinion tonight. There's a super chat here that's for Aaron. It says, Aaron, you said that Paris Saint-Germain would slap us in August. What happened now? AWB was amazing and David De Gea was superb. Players backing the manager clearly seen.
Yeah, but I've always said when I'm wrong, I hold my hands up. Yes, I said it.
Yeah, of course he did. And I've called. I tweeted Aaron during the game when he sort of slagged off to a rapid chance. I think that Martial had has just scored an own goal, which was terrible. And look, I'm not really bothered what Aaron does in a negative or positive way. It's like I'm just bantering him. But
yeah,
Aaron will always say when he gets things wrong. And Aaron, when Man United do well, is happy. He's not one of these weirdos who's actually angrier today that we played well because he wants to follow it out. That's the weirdness, you know what I mean? Oh, hello. Michael, hello. It's Chelsea time. Chelsea time. Where is 4-0?
No. Okay, so this guy has got beef. Wait. This guy has got beef with Ania. He was on Midnight Vibes and was calling her out there, and he's coming for her again.
Do not show that picture around Aaron Wan-Bissaka because he'll be on that. My guy, Aaron. Do you know what? I said this out and I said to my chest, right? I know a lot of people all day today, people have been trying to call him out and it's terrible what he's done. Nah, mate. The terrible thing is taking a private conversation that you've had with someone on social media or text messages or whatever and sharing it publicly. The sooner that governments around the world make it illegal to publish private messages between people, the world will be a happier, safer place. And less people are going to be damaged. Mental health is going to be damaged because you know what? AWB might be strong enough to cope with it. But this stuff gets done to normal, everyday people every single day where private conversations are put out on the internet and it's disgusting and disgraceful. And any newspaper picking up this story, you are vile. Anybody that's attacking AWB over this, you're an absolute disgrace. And the lady that's done it, just shame on you.
Well, the reality is, Terry, from what I'm hearing, this ain't going to be a Aaron Wan-Bissaka story, but she got previous with this. This is her claim to fame.
This is her job. It's her day job, fam.
Exposing it, getting a bit of clout, etc., etc. So Wan-Bissaka needs to, or any other footballer that decides to deal with her, you need to wise up. Like she's got previous, but I 100% agree with everything that you said. Like them people there.
And see how she dropped it straight after he scored his goal as well. That's ridiculous, man.
It's mad that
in performances like this, after he gets outed, maybe he needs to do it every week because this, this past couple of AWB has that's got to stick now forever. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you're the guy, brother. Well done tonight. I want to speak Rashford for a minute, boys. You all know I love Rashford, and I know he messed up twice tonight. I love the fact he keeps going, keeps asking for that ball. Clutch winner. You know what I mean? Clutch winner. Away in Paris Saint-Germain. Another goal. It's his 7th goal contribution in 9 games this season. I'll go to Flawless first. How good, in your opinion, is Marcus Rashford now?
I think he's very good in general. And he had what I would call a Bruno performance today, where overall you might have given the ball away, not been the best. But when it came to the clutch moment, you delivered, and that's what he did, because the 2 chances he had before that, especially the first one when for whatever reason he had all the grass in front of him and he tried to play in Martial. Why he did this, I don't know. The second one, he just needed to be sharper with his touches. That's all he had to do. So had we drew the game, I would have been disappointed in terms of the result, but very happy with the performance. And I think him and Martial would have took the brunt of the criticism, and probably rightfully so, but that's what you want. You want your strikers to be clutch. When it came to the 3rd moment, bear in mind, it was a very good goal as well. That's a very good strike. And it's easy for him to go into hiding after missing those 2 chances. He could have sulked, not been involved. We've seen how Neymar reacted at times with his bad body language. And I'm not saying Rashford's as good as Neymar or Mbappe before anyone tries to take this out of context. I'm just using that as an example. A clutch moment and he delivered. That's what you want with your attacking players. And he scored the winning goal. probably after not playing, he'll play better matches and not score. He'll play better than that overall and not score. So yeah, very pleased with that, and I hope it continues. Because like you said, he's got seven goal contributions in 7 games or whatever it is. So yeah, very happy about it.
Yeah, Aaron, from your point of view, I know you always demand high standards for Marcus Rashford, and I think that's a fair thing to do. But he's just, I know it's not perfect every single time, but he's starting to deliver more and more. That's 39 goal contributions in his last 51 games now, and he's still only 22.
This don't make no sense.
Aaron wannabe Saka. I think, yeah, but Saka's playing in Europa League, bruv. No one wants to be Saka.
Yeah, sorry, Terry. Ask your question again. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 39 goal contributions in his last 51 games now. He's 20. He's still only 22. I mean, this guy's got levels that he can still improve on. How happy are you with him as a United player right now?
Yeah, no, I'm very happy, especially with his performance today. Flawless just basically highlighted what frustrates us the most sometimes. He tries the easy things. He makes the easy things look hard, and he makes the hard things look easy, if that makes sense. Like he, when they were 2-on-1, and all he had to do was just put it across properly for Martial. He didn't do it. A few times where he was in the box, so he could have taken a shot. He didn't do it. But then he would try to bang it in from 30 yards. You see what I mean? He's that type of player. He'll frustrate you, but then in the end, he'll do the right thing. And I just want him to, calm down sometimes. I want him to use his brain a little bit more. If he works on that, I think he can go even.
Aaron,
he can reach different levels.
You don't want him to use his brain anymore, because we've seen that when he starts to think, that's when he overdoes it. You don't want him to put his brain. You want him just to instinct. His instinct,
but everything in football is not going to be instinct. Sometimes you're going to have time on the ball.
I'm being.
You have to. But Nick's is right. Nick's is right. You have to improve that. But with Rashford, I agree that he's a player. He's a player. You can't. You have to put Rashford into positions where he doesn't have time. And time again, when he's shown us that when he doesn't have time and he does things instinctively, like Nick said, he scores and he does great things. The first thing that comes to my mind is the Liverpool game when he spun Trent. The ball comes over the top. He gets the ball. The logical thing to do was to do that little skill behind, get behind Trent and then, put it in the back of the net. Like, he does things instinctively well. So technically speaking, you should put him in positions where he doesn't have time to think. But as a footballer, you will have moments where you're going to have to use your brain and show people that with your brain, you can do stuff. Do you know?
And I just hope that
you can't just rely on your instincts from the start of your career to the end of your career. That's not.
I just hope at 22 he's got so much time to develop.
That's actually it's my only bugbear. Paul Pogba's very similar. When Pogba is got time on the ball, I often find that's when he's worst. Like if he's in his own half, he's got time, and then he gets closed down. He still thinks he's got time, and he loses it. It's like, bro, just quick pass and move, go, and it leaves you in a bit better position. David's with us now. David, you need to do me a big favor with your camera, bro. You look like you're about 3 foot tall. You need to
stop slouching, bro. Stop.
Terry, he is 3 foot tall after I cut him down to size on Skype the other day.
No. I had a lecture to go to. Like, I saw it, I linked it after it. Everyone's like, "Oh, David just quiet." I was like, I was at the lecture.
We've got a super chat here that says Arsenal are in this with the small clubs who have not won the Champions League. Man United are big boys. Real Madrid, Milan, Liverpool, Barca, Bayern and Juventus. This is true. Like there isn't barring Liverpool, there are no English club at all, not even Chelsea, that sit on the top table, the royalty table of the Champions League. That'd be a fact with more than one. And we just made that rule up. Now you got to have more than one to get into the
rules. Terrace rules.
You get into the party, but you don't get into the VIP area. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Nottingham Forest have a better chance to get into the party, bro, and the VIP area than you, fam.
They've got 2.
No, exactly, fam. No, so they're there.
Yeah. By the way, Arsenal fans, Aston Villa and Ipswich, I think, are in that. Can get in. You can't get in the club, bruv.
I don't care as long as we can go to the party. Yeah, just chill yourself.
Them man need to line up for pictures with our legends, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what you do? Actually, if you you guys can collect the drinks. That's what you get.
Now you take the piss. Now you take the piss.
But guys, I'm gonna have to leave you guys. Yeah.
All right, bro.
Aaron,
David, I need to ask you this question.
Oh my God.
How close do you have to Lampard out? Because Frank Lampard keeps getting it wrong, according to a lot of Chelsea fans on social media. Give me your thoughts on Lampard. Are you Lampard out?
I'm not Lampard out. No, I'm not Lampard out. I'm just very frustrated.
Pray for our rivals.
Hey, excuse me. Is that my saying? Do I look like
Pray for our
Monster?
rivals.
No. Wait for Monster
Yeah.
to come, then you can banter him. All right. No, I'm not
you gonna get
Lampard
this
out. I'm not Lampard out, but I am very annoyed today because, like, we only played decent football for about 20, 30 minutes, and it was when all the players who everyone knows should be starting were on the pitch. Like, everyone's like, oh, Havertz and Werner and this, that, and the other, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yeah, but he's trying to do a system, and in order for the system to work, you need the right players in it. I said on Monster Stream, the reason why United did so well today is because Oli had a system, and yeah, he had better players available quality-wise, but for the system he was trying to do, he put in the right players. He's trying to do a system, I can see it, but he's putting in the wrong players. Like, he's just putting in the wrong players. Mason Mount on the wing doesn't work because every time Reece James wants to go for an overlap or play a ball in, he doesn't know which run to make because he's not a natural winger. And Jorginho is playing, and Reece James getting doubled up because obviously he's got no pace and he turns like a bus. And it's just depressing. It's just depressing.
Of David when he's starting on the right hand side. Sorry, David, but it had to be done, bro.
Okay, honestly,
I love this game. I can see it though. I'm sorry to say this, Chelsea fans. I can feel it. It's on the tips of so many Chelsea fans' tongues. They just want to be like,
I don't get it.
No, Terry, do you know exactly what's going to happen? This weekend, Mason Mount will score a goal because it will come off the post, the crossbar, hit David De Gea in the back of the head, go in the back of the goal, and everyone be like, you see, that's why Lampard starts him. That's the reason. And just be like, oh my God.
That's why Southgate started him in England.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Goals, and everyone's like, oh, he's the guy. Oh my God.
Honestly, I love it. I just love the whole kind of like Lampard vibe thing because I think he's a really talented manager, and on a real level, what's going on now is you signed about 127 new players and they need time to go. And you can. I wasn't watching tonight's game, but I've watched every other Chelsea game so far this season. I'll watch the highlights after we finish here, and it will be about gelling. It will be about coming together. Look, United have added new players in and whatnot, but we've done it slowly over a couple of year period, and it's easier to do if that makes sense, you know. And every now and then you get lucky, you bring in a Bruno and they click and it just works straight away. That's kind of rare. And Telles looked really good when he came in, but it's one additional person into the squad. You know, tonight, if we play tonight's game and there was Bruno there, Telles there, Cavani there, there, if all these men were there at the same time, would it have worked? Probably not, because
Terry, Oli wouldn't move like someone out of position. He fully today, Lampard once again moved Pulisic to the right wing so he can accommodate Mason Mount.
Yeah,
like, not only is he changing the system, but
he did that against Southampton as well.
Yeah,
David, I don't get that.
No.
David, get off your chest, man, innit? It's okay. What? Get it off your chest. It's
no.
I'm
not Lampard out. Honestly, I'm not Lampard out. Trust me. I'm vexed.
You are, man.
Say it.
I'm vexed.
David.
It's like
David. I didn't even say you're Lampard out. Why are you overcompensating?
Yeah. David. Say it with me.
You know what you're doing. Stop it.
No, you know, you speak to your boys and you're like, you still with your missus? Yeah. Are you guys happy? Yeah, happy, but just that but bit. You know, that you're thinking, you've been seeing other girls in the gym, and could I leave? What happens if I leave? That's where you're at. You're looking at cheating on Lampard. I can see it.
David, say it with me. But David, say it with me. I am Lampard out. Say it with me. I am Lampard out.
In the middle.
Adamus, what did you just say there about Aaron Wan-Bissaka?
He's crap.
I said like Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
He didn't cheat.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka married. Is he married?
No, but you're in a relationship.
He's single. If you're
in a relationship,
logic.
If you're in a relationship,
I've been following Neeks on social media for about 4 or 5 years, name a long time, and I trust Neeks tells me the truth. And Neek has said this to me about 100 times in my life, or I've seen him tweet it, that black men don't cheat. So,
Amen.
Facts. Come on. Black men don't cheat.
I don't believe. I trust Neeks. I trust Flawless. I definitely trust Elite KJ when it comes to that sort of stuff. But at the end of the day, see, no one outside the circle knows what that means, but we do. That's what makes it funny, nuanced, layered. You get what I mean? But what I'm saying is, Prime, don't chat about Aaron won Shagger tonight, my bro.
He was good.
Not you, bro.
Don't talk about United. The United were good today. They were good today.
They were amazing. Igal is here.
Very good.
Sorry, is this after the party? Is he come to clean up?
Igal came the next day. Techniques. You know how we play
party? You can be the collecting the coats. You can be in the coat room.
No, Terry. You know that they play on Thursday, so the party was on a Wednesday. They've come to clean up. They've come to clean up afterwards.
Do you know what he's with Miguel?
I've got a better job for you again. No, I'll give this job though. You can be the cloak man, and Sonny can come as well. But Sonny can be in the toilet, like no coaching banana, no giving you a banana. Like, he can be that dude. That's Sonny's job.
Wait, my man's there with the aftershaves with like £1.
No money, no punani. No spray, no lay.
Those guys are the best. Hang on a minute. We've got someone else we're adding to the stream here. Cameron's back with us, but we've got this guy. We've got to talk about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. We've got to speak about how bad Aaron Wan-Bissaka is. I don't really love this guy, but tonight... All right, Danny. How's it going, mate? Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Bro, you all right, Dan?
Me? Talk about
you.
Talk about you, bro.
What did I do?
After the Brighton game, we've got to speak about Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's so bad. Position
Okay, listen, if you guys want to be prisoners of the moment, yeah, when Aaron Wan-Bissaka is getting... You can do that. That's cool. No problem. I'm consistent. He'll get.
Hang on a minute, bro. Have you broken into a chemist or something?
No. You know what that is? You know what that is? That's money. I make money.
Oh, hey, man's wearing the turtleneck as well, fam. You know it's serious.
Big P's.
Go on, Danny, in the details. Let's do it, bro. Let's hear it.
That's big P's. What are you all saying? Where's KJ? I want to see KJ.
I'm here, fam. I'm here, bruv. I'm right here.
Is there a ship? You told me there's no ship.
There's no ship, fam.
Down with it.
I told you, we're still in dinghies and we were just vibing out on the dinghies, bro. There is no ship. There is no ship, bro. We're on dinghies, fam.
Because I see you calling out Aaron earlier on for the Champions League thing, and I'm thinking, hold on, brother, you told me there's no ship.
Yeah, but I've been saying vibes of sea from the day, fam. You know what I'm saying? So we were still out here vibing, fam.
No, we're not vibing, man. Did you see that tactical masterclass today? That's not vibes. That's not vibes.
Danny, I'm calling you out, but on a level, like I've got a big Danny up here as well because Danny's been educated. If Man United fans just took the time to listen to Danny's video, they would know all of this. That there is systems there are plays there, and I can't wait to take a clip from one of our goals and one of our bits of play tonight to put out another tweet saying no style, no play, no systems, no patterns. I think today's tweet's done like nearly 10,000 likes. Tomorrow's is going to do even more because it's just brilliant watching the Ollie out merchants cry. Tom,
can I say I was told.
Thank you for the big donation to the channel here. It says great game and a great win for us. A little gift for the Football Terrace. Glory, Man United. Zane, see, that's how you gift.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you, Tox Cole. Appreciate that, my brother. Thank you. Especially if we demonetized tonight on both our streams for no reason. And everybody else has gone live. And I've checked and none of them got demonetized. There is a conspiracy. I don't know. Don't get it. But anyway, thank you for the donations. Thank you. Go on, Dan. You were talking, bro.
I was just saying, what was everybody saying about this fixture list we've got? We're going to die. He's going to get sacked. He'll barely last a few games. Where are Anita and Monster? Because those are the two I really want.
Monster is currently streaming. Anita was in the comments.
She said she's watching wrestling.
She said
Anita's watching WWE, bro, right now.
I'm not saying we're going to spank Chelsea on the weekend, right? But
you'll beat Chelsea.
You guys can't be so confident now, can you? I warned you guys. After we lost.
But I said this after Newcastle.
Not you.
Even if Chelsea had beaten Sevilla, you'll
Prime. You sit on the fence for everything. So
I will always back my team, bruv. That's all you need to know.
Isn't it, Jem?
I'm back my team, but I'm also honest.
Jem, I'm hearing people being like, "Oh, we're definitely going to lose." I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Yeah, because they're fake Chelsea fans, bro.
Fake
That's
fans.
why.
But wait. You're not so confident after the 6-1 defeat.
Oh no, Danny. Am I confident? Of course I'm not, because I still respect you as a team. Even after the 6-1, I still put you guys like close to the top 4 anyway. So I still respect you guys as a team.
Danny, I know you've just jumped on in it, but David, he's Lampard out in it, so that's why.
I'm not Lampard. I'm not.
You know what's funny, Flawless, right? Obviously, in the group chat, I see their Lampard out all the time. They win a game, Man United lose, and they come in here and get super cocky. That's why I can't stand them all.
Yeah, let me say something
know
before I
that
go back
part
to my
can let you
Thursday night
down.
football.
We don't care
Let me
about
say something
Thursday
before I
night
go back to
football,
my
mate. Who
Thursday
gives a
night
crap
football,
about
right?
Thursday night football?
Let me
Yeah,
say
go on,
something.
Miguel.
You Chelsea man need to realize you're in the same position as Arsenal, Tottenham,
Oh my God, no,
Manchester
I'm
United,
sorry. Nah,
everybody else,
don't put
and
yourself
come
in that
and
box.
lower your expectations because you guys are still not a complete team. You bought
No,
all
we're
these players in. You have to
Preach.
wait for them to bed in. You need
Preach.
to give these guys time to bed into the Premier League. And you know what? There's no difference between you guys, us, Tottenham, Manchester United. Everyone's in the same position. We're all looking up at Liverpool and Manchester City and saying we need to get to their level. And you guys need to lower your role, calm down, and understand you're still in a process.
You know
Yes,
what's
we
so
Why have
funny?
you come, wait,
I
so
think
why have
now
you
the
come out with
difference
that?
between
Rock
us
bars.
is
No,
that
facts.
Bro.
I said know your role and shut
Exactly.
your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Bro,
No, I'm just baffled because he put
Bro,
himself in our box.
Gal,
I'm
we
baffled.
drew,
I'm baffled.
bro. It was 0-0. We didn't lose 3-0 or 2-0. It was 0-0, bro.
Was his
Okay,
home
you
away?
drew 3
At
games.
home.
Sevilla,
No,
there's
but-
nothing wrong with
That's
No,
right.
but-
What's wrong with drawing with
That's
Sevilla?
respectable.
Let's
That's
go, Gal.
respectable.
One
But
at a time.
that's
Go on,
respectable.
Gal.
Everybody in the Premier League has faced Sevilla and had tough games. Manchester United
Yes.
lost to them. A lot of teams have lost to them, except for Leicester.
Talk to him,
Leicester
Miguel.
somehow beat them. But
Talk
what
to
I'll
him.
tell you is, you guys conceded 6 goals against Southampton and West Brom. Let's be honest. You guys are not good defensively. You at times, I don't know what you're doing attacking wise. The whole team is a mess at times. And let's
Yeah,
be
wait.
honest, it's gonna take a couple of seasons for this whole Chelsea team to embed and get really good. Don't think it's just gonna be, oh, we're gonna sign 7-8 players, bring him into the team and slap the whole league. Get
No
out
one
of here.
said that.
Never
No one said
happened.
that. Who
A
said
lot of
that?
your
I haven't said
fans
that.
were saying that.
I
Let's be
haven't
honest.
said that.
A lot of you
I've
guys
never
were
ever
saying
said
that.
that.
A lot of you guys thought
Yeah,
you're gonna
listen,
sign 7 or 8
Yeah.
players and then boom, like that.
That's
Like
cool.
how
But
Dano-
Miguel, whenever we say that Arsenal fans said this, you were the first to jump to say, I didn't say
Exactly.
this. I didn't say this.
Hey,
Let's
it
go,
goes
Prime.
both ways.
It's ever
go,
since
Prime.
Mendy and Thiago Silva have been on the pitch, we've had 2 clean sheets.
Let's talk about
But
the
wait a sec,
goalkeeper
but wait.
situation. Petr Cech was in the 25-man squad.
Yeah,
Is
I
this
know.
am I in 25?
Yeah,
What the
that's a
hell's
good
going
thing.
on?
I'm happy with that. That means Kepa's never going to be playing again. We needed a second backup, didn't we? So
So
might as well have
if
Peter Cech.
Yeah, Miguel, you mentioned this like it's new news. He's been training since the season started.
This is new news. Nobody expects him to be.
Bruh, nobody saw this
dead
coming.
new. Let's be
It's
honest.
not really anything new.
No,
He's
no,
been
no.
training.
You see him moving like he's last
Premier
a
League.
wham, bro.
squad,
It's
yeah.
mad, like crazy. Got Nora Batty going to be starting in defense soon, but Igal's coming in to pick out Igal. What's it like watching Champions League football?
Nah.
Oh man. Dude, just let me go back to my Thursdays, bro.
No.
No, man said let me go to his Thursdays, yet we're in the same box somehow.
Yeah.
It's gone.
I wasn't even trying
It's
to. Like,
Tuesday.
oh,
It
yeah,
is
I wanted
Tuesday. It's
because
not Thursday.
because like the way I look at it is like last year watching the Champions League, especially covering it on this channel, hard, man. Like, it was legitimately hard to watch the Champions League last year, not be in it, etc., etc., etc. But there we go. But tomorrow night, I know Liverpool and City are playing. It's going to be interesting. But tomorrow night,
Boring.
yeah, but
I
tomorrow
so
night,
want Liverpool to
hang on,
lose. to
hang on,
Ajax.
guys, hang on. Let's be very serious for a minute here. Very serious. Tomorrow night before kickoff, we will be holding a minute's silence for Virgil van Dijk.
A vigil Van Dijk. Vigil
Pray
Van
for
Dijk.
the ACL. Pray for the ACL.
No, bro, it's ACL, man's dead. Bro, it's like Princess Diana's died again. They want state holidays for this shit and everything, bro. There's going to be a
Disgusting.
and they want an extra bank holiday to mark the injury of Virgil van Dijk, bro. Like it's crazy.
I'll be
I'm
outside.
lighting a candle.
Jordan Pickford is still.
And by the time Virgil van Dijk returns, Tuanzebe's taking his crown, bro.
Lighting
Tuanzebe.
a candle for Virgil right now.
Yeah, can I ask a question?
Jordan Pickford is still missing that large as
Look
well.
at Cam got a candle.
Lighting a candle for Virgil right now. You know, let's get it started early. The candlelight vigil. Let's all, light a candle.
That's what I said. It's
put it-
Vigil
put it
Van
up.
Dijk. Vigil
We-
Van Dijk. That's what it
Rest
is.
in peace. We miss him already. He's gone forever, as we apparently know. It's nonsense.
Oh, look at
We
it.
don't miss him.
Yeah. So, straight away, the joke back at me, yeah, but Terry, your hairline is dead. Hairline is dead. Yeah, I know it is, bruv. So what, bruv? It's like, literally, it's the worst banter ever.
Terry's getting that Conte work soon. Don't worry about his hairline.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
I'm going Turkey, bro.
The hair's all good.
Nah, facts with all these super chats from Zayn and that. Terry's going to Turkey next week.
Yeah, I'm taking him. I'm taking him with me.
I
don't
was
worry.
Turkey this summer just gone until lockdown happened. The hair's coming back, bruv. And when it comes back, I'm going long I'm gonna do Gareth Bale haircut when it comes back. I'm going long, bro.
Please, please do not disgrace. Don't disgrace our hours like this, Terry. We like you like this right now.
Why? I want long hair back.
He wants the
I was gonna
ponytail, bro.
ask.
Yo, I respect
Again,
it.
do you know what I'll do? Even if God said I could have hair for the rest of my life, I'd never have Jim's haircut. I'd rather be. It's
I
the truth.
was gonna ask the Man United fans. Paul Pogba.
What about him?
Go
Who's
on.
playing? Someone's playing the terrace. By the way, I can hear it.
What? Your Dan's
me.
going mad. What?
David.
Yeah, go
No, I
on.
heard
Let's go on.
something.
Nick.
I said already that he should be dropped, and I'm not really fussed about whether he gets back in the team as long as the balance of the team is right. How do you lot feel about that? Because I'm like, next game you go in with Fred and McTominay or Matic again.
Until we fully know what's happening with his contract.
No, forget that.
No, wait.
Go on, Karen.
Until we fully understand what's happening with his contract, until we fully understand how he feels about the project going forward, Paul Pogba as a super sub is not a bad idea. Once that all gets sorted
if he
out,
signed a contract
and he gets his fitness back as well, because I still think he's a bit unfit.
If he signed a new contract tomorrow, does he walk back into the team?
He doesn't walk back into the team.
It's one of them. It's like you said,
Hang on.
it's all about the balance, and you want to get the balance right, but it's all about results as well. If we're playing well and getting results, and Pogba's not starting, then you keep him out of the side. If we all of a sudden start dropping points and you throw him back in, and it's different games, is like not every game. When you're at home to certain sides, you don't need two workhorses in there and Fred and McTominay. If we're going away,
that's
can I just respond to that from Flawless? Because I hear you in theory, but what we've shown already, I know there's other mitigating factors in terms of pre-season, in terms of fitness, etc. But so far this season, when we haven't had those two workhorses in, we've struggled to contain teams. We might be playing a high line as well, but we've conceded a lot of chances, a lot of goals. So I think even against the weaker teams, playing those two holding men, especially if you're going to have Telles now flying forward, I just think playing two men there solid. It ain't always. It's not what we want. Like in the ideal world, we're going to have Matic, Pogba, Bruno like after lockdown. But this is football, isn't it? This is real life. And I think two holders there is if we're going to play 4-2-3-1. Two holders there is what we need to do.
Bro, you sound like Arsenal fans, man.
Nah, here's the thing, though, with what you're saying. This is a great discussion as a Manchester United fan to be having, because that means we have options. We're talking about Paul Pogba and getting our first 11. This is a great dilemma to have. This is a selection.
What I would say to that, Neeks, is this, right? On Flawless's point, Paul Pogba's, I don't want to say he's got away with it, but he has it for keeping it real, because he was competing with Lingard, Pereira, Matic, Fred, McTominay, right? If you look at it now, for me, I just trust Ollie. Whatever team he picks, I don't care if Pogba's in it or not. I just want those players to perform.
Well,
I'm sick of crying about starting lineups before a game.
But that's it. Two games running now, people have kicked off about the lineup. But I was disappointed when I saw the lineup come out Saturday, because I don't even know why, really. I think it was more Dan James being in there. I just like, this team. But you know what? It gave me that kick in the bollocks that I needed to say, do you know what? Don't assess afterwards. And like Aaron put out a tweet that made sense. It was like this system could either work or fail. And I didn't mean it rudely. Someone phoned up and said that. I'm like, yeah, but O'Shea phoned up and said it. He went, this might either work. He goes, I think Ollie's trying to overthink it. He's trying to outsmart the other manager. And I'm like,
where is O'Shea? Because O'Shea was talking the most smack. He was talking the most smack.
It's Terry. Back to that whole thing. All that sitting on the fence. I can't stand that stuff. Ollie's big game record using that formation speaks for itself. It speaks for itself.
I agree, and that's what
I said that. I said that.
I've just got to press one little thing here. Sorry, somebody said very poor making fun of an injured player. Let me just say something to you, Chris. No one's making fun of Van Dijk. We're making fun of the Liverpool fans are acting like Van Dijk's just died. We're all sad Van Dijk's got injured his knee. We're taking the mick out of people that are taking it too far. You know, there are people starving around the country because of what's going on with lockdown. Like being this like. In Liverpool, there are multiple problems with society and issues, and newspapers are doing like video visuals for him, and it's sickening.
They want to go to Parliament. They want to go to Parliament.
Nuts.
It's crazy. That's what we're laughing at, and we're not laughing at anything else. A comment here says Tuanzebe has to be a consistent start.
Again, I think this all comes down to options. Like it comes down to what we were saying. Like the fact that we now have depth to the point where Neeks can bring that conversation up and us not say you're crazy. Like it's true though, because like realistically, back in the past, if you were to say drop Pogba, I would say, for who? Like, how, like what? You can't drop Pogba. Now we can play different ways. Like, Ollie can start showing more of his tactical skill set, because we don't have to play the same way every single time we go out there. And now Pogba has to come on and do what he did today. Play real nice to show that he should be coming on. The truth is that apparently he has
when we switched to a diamond, so when he gets to that Juventus role that all these idiots that never watched him at Juventus speak about, and they find out he still has to defend in that position, and if he doesn't, I want to see what they say then. That's why I'm just off. I don't really care if Paul Pogba starts or not. If he starts, he has to perform. If he doesn't,
I care about. I think you're not a Man United fan unless the one thing you care about more than anything is Manchester United winning football matches, and it's working. It is, but it's like tonight. You know, like I've said, I've seen the tweets saying, "Oh, we're better without Maguire." I've seen tweets saying we're better without Pogba. No, we would have been just as good defensively tonight if Maguire would have been playing instead of Victor Lindelof in that position. How do we know this? Because we were brilliant defensively against Newcastle. Now, Newcastle were not as good, by the way, as Paris Saint-Germain tonight, but tonight was very, very different. And the one thing that in both those games, though, it was nothing to do with Maguire or Pogba as such. It was to do with Fred and McTominay. Because when you're playing, when you need tenacity in the middle, Pogba's not a tenacious player. That isn't what he does. I want players in the right positions that they play in, with the right roles that they are good at. And if you need a player for whatever reason, and I know people hate this passion matches, if you need a couple of players that are going to go into tackles hard, going to rough people up, are going to win the balls back, are going to run around like crazy when needed, I would pick Scott. If you needed that role, that job, I'd pick Scott McTominay or Fred over Pogba.
Yeah.
Every day of the week and twice.
It's actually unfair to put Pogba into that position and then complain when he doesn't perform. Yes, because it's like, well, you're not going to put David De Gea as your striker, are you? I know it's a bit of a different scenario.
I agree.
But you're asking him to do. You're asking him to do something that's not in his game.
I agree.
No, he doesn't do. No, he doesn't do that for France.
He's not effective there.
He's a deep line playmaker for France. He doesn't run around getting into tackle. That's why Kante's there. And in the World Cup, they had.
I saw him doing more tackling than Kante in the World Cup. That's what I mean. In theory, yes, but what did we actually see? What are you shaking your head for, Jim? I know what I saw, but don't shake your head at me like I don't.
No, it's not, bro. It's not that.
It's not about tackling. That isn't what I said. Part of it's winning the ball back, but it's sometimes you need a tenacious player, someone who's going to do a lot of leg work, a lot of running, a lot of covering of spaces. I'll give you an example. Henderson at Liverpool does it. He's biggest. People say work side. Isn't he work side? He covers the positions for people when moving forward. And Pogba isn't about that. And that isn't because Pogba's bad. It's not because Pogba's lazy. It's just it isn't what
his game. It's not his game. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not his game.
He's an excellent attacking player. But I wouldn't put Rashford as a target man.
No, it's like the Rashford. It's like when you put Rashford as a
striker,
straight front number 9, and then complain when he's not playing at his best.
But when you set the argument of, he's not tenacious, he's not that,
Danny,
that's not the problem.
Before you continue, Danny, before you continue. Nah, I'm just saying I'm about to bounce in it, so salute to all you, man.
Sorry, bro.
It's calming. You up. Salute Terry every time, man. Appreciate you having me.
Comment here. I don't actually get this. It says Lineker said, "How can that performance be imposed on teams that sit back? How can it be, guys?" I don't know the context of the comment that he made.
What did Lineker say?
Oh, he's saying, can we play this way against teams that sit back?
Yeah.
No, we'll play differently.
Newcastle. Yeah, I mean, it's a weird comment. Maybe why I didn't understand it a little bit. Lucy Galbraith here says United.
Yeah, big up, Lucy.
United, the best team in Europe at playing 3-5-2.
I don't know.
There are other teams that play it more than us, and they probably
Arsenal.
Probably Inter Milan.
Yeah, they play 3-5-2. They're very good at it.
Do you know what's interesting as well?
Back to that Pogba point. My problem with the argument was you've picked out a specific thing, tenacity. Paul Pogba at times doesn't do the bare minimum defensively in terms of his work rate. That's the issue.
Yeah, but that's because he doesn't. I know it's hard to say.
He doesn't want to. That's the problem, though.
But it's not. It isn't a problem. It's just a case of there are certain players that are good at certain things, and it's. I don't even know if it's a want. That's why I held back from saying it. Sometimes it's an instinctual thing. Do you know something they do they do it in the States where people do like aptitude tests for working out where they're going to play in like American football and stuff. And yes, sometimes your size and your speed plays a big part. But there's a thing about like, and I learned this. Have you seen the film The Blind Side?
No.
Sandra Bullock. It's all about a true story about this family adopt this kid at the school. He goes on to be an NFL star. And one of the things she noticed in him, he was a big guy, but she never get back. It is when he did these tests at school that they do over there. We don't do him here. It is like I can't remember what it was called, but it's basically his want or his desire to defend people is so high. And it was like they said, you need to play him. They tried to make him play in a more of attacking role, but no, playing defensively. He basically buzzes off stopping people from getting the quarterback, as an example. And you heard like what's his name, Arsene Wenger, talk about it on the Graham Norton show the other day. I was watching it. You had him on there and another sports star, Freddie Flintoff, and they were saying how some people really want to win and other people really don't want to lose. When I look at Scott McTominay, I think he loves defending his goal. I think Scott McTominay doesn't want to lose as opposed to has a desire to win. Pogba wants to win games. Rashford wants to win games. Bruno wants to win games. He said, I think it's a different mentality. For me, Pogba should be played when we have the luxury of allowing him to go forward. And by the time he came up against Paris Saint-Germain, they were so shot mentally from how they've been done, he had the space to work into. If we'd have gone 4-4-2 from the beginning, we'd have lost tonight, and it was right. And what I'd say about Paul Pogba is this: you need to play him in the best positions for him, in the best roles for him, in the games where we need him to be in that position. This notion of we have one set 11 that has to play every game, one, it doesn't work because of rotation. And secondly, you don't get the best out of all your players. When we play like Istanbul in a few weeks, start Pogba in that game. Of course, by the way, when we play at home against Leipzig, start Pogba in that game. But maybe away against Leipzig, we play like this. And we missed it around a little bit. But there we go. Boys, listen, everyone who's tuned in tonight, thank you all. Love the opinions and everything else as always. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Well done to Manchester United. Congratulations to Ollie. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Good night. God bless. And we'll see you.